and welcome to GameSpot's Ni No Kuni live stream, spectacular, Banzana, everything.
Word of the day.
That's a joke for Sarah there. I'm Guy, this is Mark.
Hello.
And we're going to be showing the game off. It's just, the embargo kind of broke a couple of days ago, but other sites have been catching up and getting their reviews live.
There have been some weird marketing snafus,
Yes, and Namco Bandai were supposed to break the embargo this morning. I think they did it a couple of days ago. So we're going to talk a little bit about the game, tell you why it's exciting, why it's interesting. We've got Martin in the background playing it. Say hello, Martin.
Hi.
Martin's going to be... This is Martin's actually first time on the game, so he's coming fresh to it. But
he's playing off my save game.
Playing off Mark's save game.
So we skipped a bit of the fluff at the beginning, basically.
We're all learning.
Yeah, we're all learning today.
So the idea behind the live stream is you ask questions, let us know what you want to see from the game. If you want to see cutscenes or action, we'll play the game, show you guys what you want to see. But Mark, give us a bit of background about Ni No Kuni for people that might not have heard of it.
Ni No Kuni, well, it's basically a game by the guys that made Professor Layton and all those sorts of games. It's also made in conjunction with Studio Ghibli, who are the guys that made films like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and they're the guys that have done all the artwork and the animation.
Is it Ghibli or Ghibli? I say Ghibli. I say Ghibli.
Aficionados.
Such as yourself.
Such as myself. Well, no, I only learnt this recently as well, but it is apparently Ghibli.
Okay. All right.
I did not know that.
That's good to know.
But I didn't like it. I was saying to Sarah that it sounds too much like Wibbly, and I don't like that word.
Right. Okay. Just a weird mental.
Yeah, just like Ghibli sounds like Wibbly, and wibbly wobbly jelly. I just don't.
Sure. It just freaks you out.
Anyway, it just freaks me out, that word.
All right.
Anyway,
little insight into Mark's psyche there.
Anyway, it's done in conjunction with them. As you can see from the gameplay right now, it's a beautiful game.
Looks great.
It
looks great.
Fantastic. They've got all these hand painted cells on there. It's all cell shaded, and the cutscenes themselves are all done by Studio Ghibli. So it looks like a Ghibli film.
So you mentioned it was from the developers of the Professor Layton series. That's Level 5, Japanese developer. And there's plenty to say about this game. First of all is that it's running on PlayStation 3. It's PlayStation 3 only, which I think could be a symptom of the fact that it was released in Japan, where the PlayStation 3 is much more popular.
It makes
than
sense. I mean, if you want like a big high def game, you've got two choices: Xbox or PS3, and the Xbox in Japan is pretty much non-existent as a platform. So.
But the strangest thing is that this game came out in November 2011 in Japan. It was a big success. I mean, obviously from an esteemed developer and a huge studio over there. I mean, that's like it's Japan's Disney, isn't it? It's really huge, like Studio Ghibli. In fact, when I went to Tokyo, one of my great regrets was that I never went to the Studio Ghibli museum. You have to book way in advance.
Luke from CNET, CNET UK, which you can go to, cnet.co.uk.
Get that plug in.
Get that plug in. He decided that he would go, and he was saying that it took ages to get like a ticket and to get it done, but he said it was absolutely worth it. You can't take photos though when you're in there.
Right, so you have to take the old mental.
You have to take the mental photos or sneak an iPhone.
Is that film where Kirsten Dunst does that? I think it's Elizabethtown or something. She spends the entire time doing that.
I've done it to Kirsten Dunst.
Okay. Well, let's move on from Kirsten Dunst. We could derail the live stream before it's even got started. So it's been out for a while in Japan. I mean, Namco Bandai, who are publishing it in the West, so in the US and Europe, have spent their sweet time getting this game over here.
Well,
so over a year.
I mean, it got pushed back, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out earlier, but I think it's the localization thing. And it's taken a long time, but they have done a pretty good job with the voice acting, I think, from listening to it. And one of the revelations I discovered yesterday was that Drippy, who has a really thick Welsh accent in this, is actually Dave from Dave's Coaches from the TV show Gavin and Stacey.
So if you're an international viewer, Gavin and Stacey is a very popular show. It's based in Wales.
It was, yeah.
It was. I've never actually seen it much.
Really? I thought it was quite funny. I really liked it.
Okay. So it was one of those BBC TV series that had a lot of success. They'd do like the Christmas specials, and it was
only 2 seasons.
Right. Okay. So it's like The Office or something.
Yeah, it's like that. It was just done.
Yeah. In the UK, we do short TV series. And we don't do like 25 episodes. Let it run for 10 years. This was like what 12 episodes, probably. So the guy that's playing Drippy, which is this little character at the beginning of the game that Oliver.
Well, he's originally like a toy, basically. He's like a stuffed toy that his mother makes for him. And unfortunately, at the beginning of the game, it's not a spoiler because you learn this straight away. Basically, his mother dies. And then you're
Still came as a shock to me. I mean, it's dark. It's dark. Martin's shaking his head there. She just ruined it for him. It is in the first hour.
Even the first hour.
First half hour.
Yeah. And he cries so much that his tears actually bring Drippy to life.
Right.
And Drippy's a fairy. That's what fairies look like in this game.
Yeah, right, okay. That's
kind of crazy with like lanterns.
With a lantern pierced through its nose, which is great.
So it's pretty cool. And so he's like this chosen child. So he's got these special powers, and he becomes a wizard as you start the game, and you learn spells, and you go into battles like Martin's doing right now.
So essentially, it's it's a weird. Well, it's a very Ghibli story, isn't it? In a lot of ways.
It is.
Sorry, Cam's just coming by.
Just walking
Apologies.
straight through the frame.
Oh, we're not actually on screen, so that's good.
All right.
So essentially, what they've done is. Ghibli created this story. It's very. I mean, it feels to me like a Ghibli film in as much as it's got that mix of different worlds happening. So fairies and lots of mythology behind it. But one of the most interesting things I think about this European release is the fact that you can still listen to the Japanese original, which I guess Sarah and I were talking about this. I'm not as much of a Ghibli fan. I've seen Spirited Away. I think that's the one that everyone's seen. Yeah. But I've also seen Ponyo. I love Ponyo.
Ponyo's great.
Oh dear, Martin's perished.
How you're like those animals that you're fighting are of such a weak level compared to you. You should be able to just.
Martin just wanted to show what it's like to die. I'm sure in the game. It was just that was a conscious decision.
That's what the game over screen looks like.
That's what the game over screen looks like. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So going back to the
characters and story
what they did was the character Drippy in the Japanese original was for people in Japan. He had a very thick Osakan accent. Osakan, I think, from Osaka anyway.
From Osaka, okay.
And which is one of sort of Japan's second biggest city, I think.
Yeah.
And so what they've done in the European version of the game and the US version of the game is they've cast him as a Welsh guy, which is great. I think it's a brilliant choice.
It's amazing because it is hilarious. Like when I started playing this and he started speaking the thickest Welsh accent you can possibly imagine, I actually just started pissing myself. And because I'm not being mean, I not literally, but
literally.
But I didn't say literally, but because I don't know, I just find the Welsh accent really amusing. Maybe it's just me, right? I don't know why, but I find it really funny. So every time he talks in this, I just crack up.
Yeah, so we can show, if you guys want to see the beginning of the game, let us know in the Twitch comments. Let us know what you want to see. But the cutscenes at the beginning of the game, it's pretty dark. It's like you said, his mother dies.
Yeah.
It's pretty tragic and terrible.
Yeah.
And what you see is Oliver, he's in his room for days on end, crying away, just generally being a bit of a moping around,
It's like, get a life, emo.
Come on. and essentially he cries onto this toy that his mother gave him. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there's this Welsh guy cracking jokes and saying boyo, and it's a nice counterpoint to the darkness of the story. It's funny. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's great. I mean, the other thing about this as well, the weird thing is that he's Welsh, but a lot of the characters are American. So I'm wondering what sort of weird crossover there is there, but it's cool. It really works, but it's sort of a bit of a contrast, I think.
And his mum who's only in it at the beginning, is incredibly British.
Yeah.
In as much as that she's going to a concert recital as well. And she's an incredibly middle class British woman.
Recital.
Yeah, but it's great, and I think that the beginning of the game essentially is there's a lot of cinematics. You get a lot of that Studio Ghibli experience, and
they pop up.
Ghibli.
They pop up every so often, and the thing about the voice acting though is that it's not all the time. So I guess to voice act every line in a huge 60-hour RPG would be nuts.
Right.
So basically, in the big moments like cutscenes or when you're talking to key characters, you get the voice acting. The other times it's just text.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it doesn't bother me, but maybe it'll bother some people. But for me, it works still.
I know one comment, because I was playing this with Sarah watching yesterday. Sarah on the UK team, she was saying that in the scenes that are inside houses, the art style of the sort of 3D characters and the flat backgrounds sort of grated for her, but I found it was fine. I think it's a beautiful looking game in general.
I think it's beautiful. Yeah, just honestly, you really need to get this for yourself and check it out on your big screen TV.
Okay,
all the 720p's.
All the 720p's or 1080s. I don't know if it's 1080, but we'll check that out. I'm conscious we've been talking for a while, Mark. So let's just drop into a bit of the game so that people can see it. What's this section that we're looking at?
So what's happened is basically you've gone to the other world. And this place is called Ding Dong Dell. And at this point, you've wandered in and you're here to...
Ding Dong Dell.
Ding Dong Dell. And you're here to see the king, because you need a new magic wand. Your current magic wand is not strong enough. You don't have enough power, so you need to see the king.
So many metaphors here for your magic wands.
I know, but you can't currently see the king because you're dressed funny.
Right.
Because you have clothes from your world, not their world, and he won't allow you in. So at the moment, you need to spend a night in the inn while a lady who works at this owl sort of shop makes you new clothes.
Of course.
Before Martin's going to do that, he's taken on some side quests and
Okay.
he's exploring around the environment a bit.
Looking for some kids.
Looking for some kids. Okay.
The last one's quite tricky to find, but if you get stuck, I'll tell you where he is.
So Seb, our producer extraordinaire, can we bring the audio up in the game and we'll shut up for a couple of minutes?
Let's play a game. Let's play a game.
Oliver? Oliver? Huh?
Mom? Mom!
You've done so well to make it this far, Oliver.
Mom? Is this a dream?
You must listen to me now, Oliver. You have to go to him, to face him. And when you do, you'll learn the truth. Promise me, no matter how hard it is.
Him? Mom, who's him? Mom, what do you mean?
He's someone very important to both of us.
But who is he? And where do I have to go?
It's all right, sweetie. You're already on your way. Don't give up, Oliver, no matter how hard it gets.